Meteorologist Diane Phillips here with your Tuesday forecast, and I wanted to start out with a look outside because we do have that sun out there. However, I am also watching the clouds. At times they've been a little thick, and they're going to provide a look just like they are here on the Mighty Maumee. You can see at moments you're going to have some shade, but thankfully those clouds are moving pretty quick as we kind of chase that shadow across the river. So at times you may be caught underneath the cloud. You're only going to have that shadow falling on you. Nothing as far as wet weather coming from these fair weather clouds. And you can see though that they're still fairly dominant with those baby blues just above them. So hopefully though we can see more of the blue rather than the cloud cover. At times though the clouds are still going to be around for the day. So just plan on that mix overhead. We really don't start to see those clouds push out a little bit better until around sunset. Of course, your sunset is now going to be in the 7 o'clock hour, and that's when you're going to find that those conditions do start to clear up for us. So as that blue line starts to jump, that means that we will have clear skies tonight, and that though will allow for once again a chilly start tomorrow morning, just like what we had for today. We saw some wind chills this morning that were into the single digits or just into the double digits. So not maybe some weather that we're used to, but I know a lot of us are not used to the time change either. So we have that extra daylight. Your sunset for tonight, that's going to be around 7:39 p.m. and we are gaining 2 minutes and 48 seconds each day of daylight. Of course, we're not only gaining that at our sunset time, but we're also gaining that with our sunrise as well. And we are going to really notice that some of those time change, well, it's maybe throwing us off a little bit, but that extra daylight is going to be noticeable as we really get settled into spring and as we head further into summer. Now, looking at radar and satellite, I've been watching the satellite feature to see as far as that clearing. And yes, there's still a little bit of cloud cover out there, but you'll really find that it's some of that cold air that's locked in for today. It's really allowing the Great Lakes to do their thing. With the mild temperatures that we had in February, the Great Lakes did not freeze over. So that means that we're working with wide open waters for lake effect. So that's why you're going to find some of those lake effect snow showers off of Lake Michigan, traveling all the way through the southwest corner of the Mitten State and into Indiana, and even traveling towards southern Ohio. So they're really making it and stretching it. And the same with Lake Erie. You're actually going to find that going off towards eastern Ohio. And yep, we're maybe just perfectly placed to where we have some sun, no snow showers like what we had yesterday, and dry weather. So that's just a little bit of what we're working with, and maybe perfectly placed, like I said, to have a good looking Tuesday forecast. But the good weather isn't going to hold all week long as we eye our next storm system. That chance is going to be later this week. So I have the clock here at 3 o'clock on Thursday. So it's really into Thursday afternoon. We start to notice some of that moisture returning back in. No, we have the temperature here, 52 degrees. That means we're talking rain instead of some snow with this system. And you can see that there is quite a bit of rain with it. So as we advance this forward through time, it's actually going to get closer to us, bringing those rain chances in for your Thursday evening, overnight, and into Friday morning as well. Come the later half of Friday, we'll have the cold front that finally starts to work its way through. And as it does, it will leave a little bit of snow showers on the backside of the system, but it's really going to kick in the cold air so that we're going to have breezy conditions and cold temperatures as we get into the weekend, because this is 5 o'clock on Friday. We won't have time to allow those temperatures to rebound for us. So just be mindful that we will have some snow flurries in for your weekend. Nothing though that's going to be too problematic for your plans. But when you go and tap that daily tab here in the app, you are going to find that our temperatures are really kind of up and down in this forecast. So of course, as we're transitioning, make sure you have the WTOL 11 weather app for updates on those temperatures as they come, but then also to use radar, whether we have snow showers around us or whether we have snow flurries here in our forecast. But here's a look at that 10-day. And this is just our temperature trend. And I really like the look of this because it just kind of sums up what March is. We're trying to let go of winter. We're trying to head into spring. And sometimes it's not as easy as what it should be. So you're going to find, well, today it's a little more winter-like with highs into the mid-30s. Then we have some good gains as far as those temperatures to get us through the rest of the work week. Highs going into the lower 50s Thursday, Friday. And remember that cold front I was talking about? Here it comes, knocking those temperatures right back down into that winter flavor. Mid-30s for your weekend. Maybe not ideal for those who want to get out, but still tolerable to be out and about. And then once again, here we go. Our temperature starting to climb during the work and school week. Highs into the mid-40s, even getting close to 50 degrees by day 10. This is where our temperatures should be as we get into the later half of March. But I'm worried that we're still going to have a little bit of that tug and that pull as far as these temperatures, whether we're trying to get them up or whether they get pulled back down into kind of that winter flavor. So just remember, March is a huge transition month for us, and temperatures like this, they're going to be a little bit up and down as we get a little bit closer to spring. Now, averages, we should already be finding highs that are into the upper 40s, and lows should be into the upper 20s. This morning, we had readings in the low to mid 20s. So actually a little bit below average, to say the least, especially when we have a high today that's not even going to be close to the 40s. But as far as record, nowhere close to either the high or low record. And also that time change. Actually, you're both sunrise and sunset going to be in the 7 o'clock hours for us. Of course, though, that one a little bit early, that one a little bit later. Also talking about those temperature trends being a little bit maybe out of kilter for us this morning. Like I said, a lot of those lows, those were into the mid 20s, and we will find by Thursday we have temperatures that are going to be into the lower 50s. Of course, not morning lows. We're not going to start out that warm, but we are going to find that we're really transitioning here. So just something to keep in mind when you look at that almanac data. It's going to be something that we're really going to be fighting those normals as we transition and get a little bit closer to spring. Fun fact, we are 6 days away from some spring, well, maybe not spring weather, but spring the season itself. Now, you will have those temperatures into the 50s. I know these are really eye-catching. Sadly, though, we do have that rainfall to go with them. So we'll have the rain towards the later half of your Thursday and then closer to the earlier half of your Friday. But with the cold air, that's going to be with the cold front in this system, it is going to lock those snow flurries in for your Saturday. Again, not anticipating much as far as impacts, but you'll just notice some snow showers leaving a little bit of that winter look out there. Sunday, however, will be dry. And then also as we look into early next week, we have dry weather as well. Temperatures also starting to rebound, becoming a little more seasonal. So it'll be really nice to get out and about, maybe enjoy some of our metro parks and also just enjoy some fresh air. Then it'll be that last day that we'll be watching for another chance of some showers to be rolling into the forecast. But of course, like I had mentioned, our temperatures are really up and down through this 10-day stretch. So have the WTOL 11 weather app. Make sure you're checking that before you head outside. So then you know if you need that jacket, that sweatshirt, or maybe we can even get by with shorts and t-shirts. So have the app. Make sure you're ready to go for what we have in store coming our way in the next 10 days.